Hey guys and welcome to Minecraft 100 days but in one chunk. To those of you that don't know, one chunk is a 16 by 16 area. And no intro needed, we're going to get straight into day 1. As you guys can see, I spawned in and got to mass deforestation. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. I cut down like 6 trees, got some wood, become crafting out some tools, and got to mining. I do have a lot of plans for this world, and some of them might not be possible due to the limiting number of resources. I mean, even iron tools are going to be valued like NFTs in this world. I think, and I don't really know what an NFT is. I mean, who does? Anyways, on to more important things. Minecraft. You guys can see I found iron almost instantly because I set my RNG to dream level before I actually began the world. Anyways, after that, I began crafting up some torches. To those of you that don't know, if your border is very small, the mobs can only spawn inside of that border, but with the same mob cap of a normal Minecraft world. So dark small pockets are going to get more populated than your mum's bedroom. Okay, sorry, that wasn't called for. Anyways, moving on, as you guys can see, I began lighting up my small chunk and collecting all the saplings along the way, making sure there were no dark pockets where any mobs can spawn. And I was even able to grab 4 sand, which is just a perfect amount needed to make 1 block of TNT. Which, to those of you that don't know, TNT can actually blow things up outside of the border, so sand is a very valuable asset, which would have been useful to get more of, but I'm not complaining with 4, because I mean 3 would have just been painful. Anyways, I came back to my iron and started gathering it up, and then started smelting it. And honestly, it felt kinda dumb using coal as a fuel, considering it is a finite resource. But on the other hand, it's literally coal. Like, if I'm not using it for fuel, then what else am I going to be using it for? Anyways, I put down a chest and began emptying my inventory. And I started off day 2 by getting screwed over by RNG. As you can see, I dropped the pearl, which would have been really useful to have, but this stupid creeper decided to ruin my day and blow up when I was literally 17 light years away from him. And on day 3 of mining, I had a chance of redemption to make up for that stupid creeper. But no, a dumb piece of gravel instead. And to make matters worse, on day 4 I literally find diamonds 2 blocks outside the border. 2 blocks. Instead of getting diamonds, I'm stuck with this stupid creeper. Today was not a good day, and by day 4 I almost get killed by another enderman, and for all my troubles you'll never guess what I dropped. Literally nothing. I'll take the water though. That will be useful later. Definitely a massive W. Anyways, I spent the rest of day 4 with some more mild deforestation and gathering of resources. One of my major goals for this world is to design a really nice looking base, and I will need a lot of resources for that, including like cobblestone, stone, just anything I can get my hands on really, especially with such limited amount of resource. Anyways, day 5 I decided it was time for me to start venturing into the nether. I mean, I was already dying in the overworld. How much harder can literal hell be? Anyways, I went through the really long process of bringing up lava and then dumping water in it one by one, getting lava from below Y20, and then from that point my footage unfortunately corrupted. I don't know what happened. This is all I got. You guys can see all the obsidian was in place, and then from here none of the footage was retrievable, but there was basically nothing in the nether. It was very unlucky nether spawn. Anyways, moving on to day 6, I crafted up my bit of TNT just because I thought why not. I had the gunpowder for it, and also I found slimes, which really caught me by surprise. Like, I didn't know whether we were in a slime chunk or not, and this could be very useful for future projects. Anyways, for day 7, do you guys ever have any ideas that sound a lot smarter in your head? Yeah, me neither, because even on paper this was a stupid idea. For some reason I just thought it'd be a smart idea just to mine out everything below Y16 to try and find diamonds, but instead I just spent what felt like 10 years patching up lava. It might not look like it, but the bottom half of this chunk is like 30% lava, and there were a couple close calls, and I spent a really long time just spamming blocks trying to get lava done. And I thought I'd get a lot of resources from this. I'll get diamonds, and I mean I did not get a lot of resources. I just got a bunch of redstone, a small amount of iron. I mean, even if I did find diamonds, I don't know, like, what would I have done with them now that I'm thinking back? Like, I wasted like 5 days mining it out. I had no ideas for any projects under here. I just thought, why not, let's get some diamonds. Like, even if I found 5 diamonds, what would I do with them? If I made a helmet, I'm probably just going to lose it. If I made like a sword or something, it would break. Just in hindsight, just seems a lot stupider, because now I just have some open room that I have nothing to do with. But I mean, at least I got a load of resources. Like, I got a lot of cobblestone and deep slate from it. But I mean, end of the day, I don't think it was worth the time investment just to have an open area and no diamonds. Very sad, to be honest. And you know what? While I'm ranting, the borders in Minecraft look really ugly. Like, I'm stuck having to look at this for 100 days. And I can't even change the blocks on the outside. If I want to block it up, then I'm left in a 14 by 14 area. So like, I'm taking away more of my land just so I don't have to see the ugly looking wall in the background. Anyways, day 12, I came up to surface and I found some pillagers. which I didn't really even like. I don't know about pillager spawning mechanics, but I thought it was pretty interesting that I can get them spawn. I thought about maybe I could do a raid, and then I realized that I literally live in a chunk and the nearest village is probably hundreds of blocks away. But at least now I have a flag to show for my troubles. Anyways, after that I began making my area look a bit cleaner. I mean, I'm gonna be here for like 100 days. I might as well at least start worrying about the landscape. So I just began trying to plan out the area and just have like a nice area to begin building in. I also decided I wanted to start building. So as you guys can see, I started smelting up a load of my cobblestone to get stone. Because my idea right now is to make a cliff and have like an overhang over the cliff. And I also wanted to keep in a bit of me building, just so you guys could get like a feel of like how I was going along, how I was building it, what I was doing, how I was placing. So you guys can see like my thought process throughout like this organic structure that I was making, basically at the corner of my world. I was just basically placing blocks, seeing where it'd stick, if it looks good here, if it looks alright, if I changed it up. Like every now and then if I think it doesn't look natural, it doesn't look nice, I just remove it and get rid of it. And I just began working my way upwards basically, until I eventually ended up with a whole mountain. As you guys can see, got the mountain. The leaves are kind of annoying, I could burn them later. But anyways, after this I just wanted to add some like dirt overhangs essentially, just to make it like look a bit nicer. And I wanted to have like a dirt platform above here and have like a castle or something above. I don't really know what I'm gonna have above here yet. I haven't really thought about it yet. I just wanted to make a cliff for now. Began placing in some of the dirt, as you guys can see, and just trying to like have in the little overhangs. And then I'm gonna make him lower. Just right now it's a bit harsh from below. And I'm also gonna incorporate the coarse dirt. As you guys see, by day 14 I had the whole layer flatten out. I added in the leaves, and I mean, in my opinion at least, the overhang was looking very nice. I had like a nice little mountain built in, and I have like a little entrance that I'm gonna have like a cave here that will lead towards my nether portal, is what my plan is. And as you guys see, I got into kind of the building groove. I just began placing blocks and just experimenting, just throwing together mostly cobblestone, andesite and stone. And then I would just like place it. I'd see if it looks good. If it doesn't look good, I'll remove it. If it looks nice, then I'll keep it in place. And that's just basically how I went along throughout me like making this whole pathway. And my idea is to have a little like outway connected so I can go towards my chest area. But as you guys can see, after a while I'll just place in. I had a whole complete cave, and if I'm just coming in like this, it just looks very nice in my opinion. I think I did a very good job. Pretty proud of what I've done here. Anyways, I decided to do a bit more building. I made this area, which I wanted to make a tree farm. Thing is, I don't know why, I just really don't like the look of this area. It's probably to do with the border, just looks ugly, but the area just doesn't look nice, especially compared to the cave, and it's just too much cobblestone as well. But at least there's like an entrance to my mine. I'm going to change it up later, because I mean right now it looks bad. Anyways, day 16, I decided to finally try and get the diamond in the border. I've been like just thinking about this for a while. I didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get the diamond. I don't know if it was going to blow it up from there. But luckily enough, it actually did blow it up. And I was able to get the diamond, which is very cool, very useful. To have one singular diamond, it's very useful indeed. But I mean, it's better than no diamonds, right? Anyways, I made the only thing I could have made, which is a jute. I mean, I could have made a shovel, but that's just arguably more useless than a jute box. Anyways, day 17, I decided it was time for me to start cleaning out my nether. Because I mean, the nether spawn for me was very like messy. There was a lot of these red leaves all over the place. It was just really like messy all over the place. And as you can see, it took me quite a while. I got like a load of stack of these nether wart blocks, which aren't really useful for anything. I don't even know if I'm going to use them for building. They're not that good looking in my opinion. But anyways, what I want to tell you guys was in the nether, I can actually get access to a load of new items that I couldn't previously get access to. And that is because of pillager trading, which gives you access to a load of things. However, for pillager trading, you actually need gold. So my plan was to make a gold farm. However, I couldn't really find any designs online for gold farms that would fit within one chunk. Because I mean, believe it or not, people don't normally design gold farms with the intention of it fitting in one chunk. I wonder why. Anyways, my plan was just to make a bunch of layers and just to run around killing mobs in those layers. Because that way I could hopefully get hoglins and gold. That way I could get food. Because I mean, my process so far for gathering saturation has just been building up like 10 blocks and jumping off. It's a pretty efficient method, other than the fact that it's pretty annoying having to die. I mean, this challenge on hardcore would have been a very different story. Anyways, I spent a lot of day 19, day 20 just mining out and placing. Helped me improve my speed version a little bit. It took a while to clear out all the area. I did get a lot of netherrack from it. However, day 22, as you guys see, I noticed mobs were spawning outside of the border. And this had me a bit confused, because normally mobs can only spawn inside the border. So I decided to do a bit of research. I looked up online, and it turns out in the nether, mobs can actually spawn outside of the border. And that's only in the nether, not in the overworld. So I made 11 layers, literally for no reason, as you guys can see. I made all these layers for literally no reason, because mobs are just going to spawn on the outside of the border. So it's just a fat waste of time. Just yeah, I'll be the first to admit I held an enormous L today. I wasted like 4 days doing pointless stuff. Anyways, I took a day off and I came back day 23 and made an AFK fish farm. As you guys can see, they're pretty simple to make, and I don't know if they still work. I had a data pack installed to make them work, but I've never installed a data pack before, and honestly I did not think it worked. I just made it, and I used my only 2 string to make a fishing rod, and I just fished until that fishing rod broke, which was about a day or so. I just fished and fished, and my plan was to get some food, to get just a load of resources from this, because there's a load of stuff you can get from fishing that I can't normally obtain. So I honestly just left it go for a while, and this is what I got from that one fishing rod. As you guys can see, I got a name tag, I got a bit of food, I got leather boots, some nice boots to put on, but more importantly I got a mending fishing rod, which means I could just leave it fishing for as long as I want to, which is exactly what I did for 20 days. The nether thing really pissed me off because it wasn't obvious enough. Anyways, the idea was that I'll have infinite food and I'll get loads of stuff that I'll hopefully be able to use throughout my 100 days. However, maybe it might have been a smarter idea to have gotten like a fishing rod with lure and luck of the sea, because I mean I was pretty disappointed when I looked at all the loot I got from fishing for this long period of time. As you see, this is all the loot I got, which from 20 days is pretty disappointing. It is a lot of fish, as you guys can see, like 4 stacks. I got a power 4 bow, some decent fishing rods that I probably should have used instead of this mending unbreaking rod. There was a lot of food, there was 3 name tags, a bunch of water bottles, which I can do nothing with. Same with the Nautilus shells, I can't really do anything with. The only thing I can really use is the name tags. Apart from that, it's a bunch of junk. Anyways, day 53 I went up and traded my only gold just to see what I'd get. And this is exactly what I got. I got some nether brick, some more nether brick. Then I managed to luck out and get ender pearl. Nah, I lied, I got more nether brick. And I also got these boots that I'm probably going to lose in like 2 seconds. And then I got arrows and more arrows, which is kind of pointless. I got string, which is like one of the only items that I can actually get myself. And blackstone. Overall, very, very useless. Anyways, day 44, I decided it was time for me to use more than 3% of my brain capacity and execute this gold farm idea properly. Famous last words. Anyways, I began making my way to the nether ceiling and preparing for a one-way trip up to the top, as there's no way for me to actually break the bedrock. And of course I missed the first pearl. Are you really surprised at this point? Anyways, on the second pearl, I make it up and begin building a ladder to using my large amount of blocks until I got to about Y190, and I began making a platform. Don't ask why exactly Y190, because I had zero clue. I just began making platforms just because why not? And I mean, eventually, as you guys can see, I was just placing out the blocks, getting my rhythm going. It was honestly just a load of netherrack placing. It's nothing really that interesting, until eventually I managed to get 5 layers done in total, where I had 5 layers for mobs to spawn in. However, I was noticing I was getting a lot of piglin spawnings, who don't drop anything by the way. So I found online that piglins don't spawn at light levels above 11. So I made another trip via death to get some torches and began lighting up my platform systematically, which also took a long while just to get the torches up there and then placing it. However, after that I was noticing that I was getting just a load of hoglin spawns, which I assumed was taking up the zombie pigman's spawn cap, and also the random orphan. So I placed slabs on all the platforms, which thankfully I already had the wood on me at the time. However, this arrangement of slabs didn't actually stop the hoglins from spawning, so I had to break all the slabs and place them differently. And more importantly, it was around this time I found out that torches block piglin and zombie piglins from spawning in, so I had to get rid of those too. It's not a good day for me. But by day 50, I had made the required changes, and I also decided to remove some blocks in the corner to make a little death zone where mobs can drop into, using the trapdoors. So the idea is the mobs will walk onto the trapdoors and then fall down and I'll get the drops. However, even after doing all these and placing in all the trapdoors, I noticed that I was still getting like 90% piglins. Like, I was getting a load of mobs spawning in, don't get me wrong, but piglins, they don't drop anything useful. unlike the guys that drop gold. I did also decide to make the area a bit bigger. This also happened, but we don't really talk about that. But as you guys can see, I made the trapdoor area a little bit bigger, but I was still getting mostly piglins, and I honestly didn't really know what to do about this, because I mean, piglins, they don't drop anything useful, they don't drop anything I need. It's just really annoying because it's really affecting my gold rates. But I did spend some time, like a couple days, just going up and down, trying to gather up some gold. And yes, those are pumpkins on the piglins' heads. I spent a lot of time editing this video, but as you guys see, I would just whack them, just get them to drop down, and I would just collect the gold. It was working pretty well. Not really that efficient. It was pretty inefficient, to be honest. But I'd come down every now and then, and sometimes I'd see a lot of pigmen, sometimes I'd see a little bit. Right now, the clips you guys are seeing are times where I'd get a lot of piglins spawning in, but most of the time I wouldn't get anywhere near this amount of zombie piglins. I also got this clutch, which I was very proud of. I don't know how I landed that, but anyways. Day 55, I decided I was sick of this stupid useless gold farm and decided to make a more efficient one at build limit. This was also around the time that I discovered that there was actually a day counter on Lunar Client, as you guys see top right, which saves me a bit of time. But anyways, by day 57, I'd taken down the entire old gold farm, and the plan was to build spawning platforms at build limit. But the idea was we'd have trapdoors on the spawning platforms, so mobs will spawn in and then they'll immediately start walking. As you guys can see, I made my way to build limit. As you can see from the bottom of the screen, it says the building limit is 255, and I just began making layers. As you guys see, the problem was that trapdoors are very expensive, and I just made one layer and I'd already ran out of trapdoors because of how expensive trapdoors are. I mean, this platform alone is fully functional, but it costed me over a stack of birch logs, and I mean, I don't have the birch logs to be able to do that. So you see, I began work on the second layer, but I already began getting mob spawning. But as you guys see, I got the second layer, and this is all I could get done, one ring. So I came back to the overworld and just began bone mealing and planting up and getting a bunch more birch logs and even oak logs. I just wanted to get as many logs as I can so I can get as many layers completed as I can, just so I can get this gold farm as efficient as possible, because I mean, I've spent a stupid amount of time on this gold farm and I'm way too stubborn to give up. Anyways, day 61, I also ran to a phantom and killed it. I don't know why, I just thought it interesting. It was my first phantom, just seeing one in the world. Anyways, day 62, I was back in the world. As you can see, I finished my second layer and I was beginning work on the third layer to the gold farm. I also made a platform for where mobs will spawn on, and as you guys can see, I finished my third platform. I had all the slabs in, and I just run around here waiting for mobs to spawn in, and they'd fall down, they'd die, and yeah, this wasn't very efficient either, if I'm being absolutely honest. It's just another massive waste of time. At this point, I'd realized it's pretty much borderline impossible to make an efficient gold farm in a one chunk area, especially considering all the limitations. I did also make a fourth layer. I don't really know what much this is going to change, but I mean, yeah, I'm feeling pretty down after this. Anyways, after this, I just spent some time just running around on my platform. As you guys see, I'd gotten a grand total of 11 gold ingots after some time AFKing. Quite a lot of rotten flesh. But you guys can see the process. I would just run around here, and every once in a blue moon, a zombie piglin would drop from the sky. As you guys see, one just dropped right there, and you just drop nothing. So I'll just be running around. Anyways, I came back to the overworld and decided I wanted to do some building, because I mean, I'd been pretty upset with all this gold farm shenanigans. I decided it was just time for me to just do some building, just get in my element, just really do something I enjoy. So I began working on like a ruined castle above my little dirt area that I made earlier on in the episode, because I mean, this was my idea from the beginning, to have a castle here, and I just wanted to, you know, just go ahead with it. So as you guys see, I was just placing blocks wherever I felt it was natural and wherever I thought it looked good, till eventually I had a nice looking design. It's just like a little area, just looks kind of broken up, so I just get rid of these saplings I had planted earlier. Anyways, day 69, nice. I decided it was time for me to begin work on an idea I had near the beginning, to continue my little cave and then bring it underground. As you guys can see, my idea was to have a little staircase spiraling this way. So I began mining out the area. As you guys can see, it started coming along slowly but surely. I was just placing the blocks in, getting it done. And as you guys see, I made a really nice looking pathway in a little spiral area. I made this little room. I don't know what to do with yet, but I did bring it one block in because I really don't like the look of the border blocks. Anyways, as you can see, I have some redstone here. My plan is, if I just get these blocks, so I just block it in for temporarily. My idea is, as you guys see, there's just a little spiral. You can just run down here, but then this block right here, if you throw an item on it like this, the idea is that it will get picked up and then the door will open. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but anyways, as you guys can see, after doing the redstone, I got it working. I got a little area, little room, a pretty small room. As you guys can see, the border is right there, so I have to like put it one block inwards. But yeah, there's not really much I could put in this room. I don't really know why I made it. I just made it for fun. And in case you guys are wondering the way of getting out, you press this button and you try run out. And if you're fast, which clearly I'm not fast enough, but I mean, if you press this button, you can make it out. As you see, it's not really that hard. Anyways, day 70, I also began clearing out. As you see, I found some iron. I began digging my way downwards to work on my next project, which I wanted to make a storage room underground. As you see, I got to a Y level that I thought was low enough, and I just began clearing out the area. I wanted to clear out the whole chunk so I can make a nice storage room. I also wanted to, as you guys can see where the border is, have it one block inwards. And after that, you guys can see it started coming to life. I had a dirt floor which I was trying to get grass to grow down to. I had a little lake and a nice spiral going downwards. As you guys can see, the spiral looks really nice, at least in my opinion. It looks very nice. I got the dirt, which I'm trying to get grass to grow to. As you guys see, I got the grass staircase spreading down slowly, which is pretty cool. And I also got the oak logs and support. And as you see, I just began designing, just filling in details. I filled up the walls and the ceiling with andesite, cobble and stone. I got leaves in, I got the pool, and honestly this place looks really good in my opinion. Like, it's a very nice build. It's probably one of the nicest areas on the island, considering I haven't done that much building. But yeah, I mean, it's a really nice area. I mean, this is meant to be a storage room, but I've just made like a little nature exhibit. Can't speak apparently. And I mean, I even managed to get all my items sorted, which wasn't that hard considering I don't really have that many items. But yeah, I managed to get all my stuff sorted into these different chests, as you guys can see. I also got this warped fungus. I don't know if they're rare or if there's any way of getting them, but I'm pretty sure it's the only one in my world, which is pretty cool. I put it in this little pot area. Anyways, day 79, I began clearing out my area, as you guys see. And also this happened, which is very cool. As you guys see, I was trying to get a disc, and I even managed to get one, which is very lucky, considering like there are just small pockets everywhere, just full of mobs. So I decided to try use it to my advantage. And yeah, I did get very lucky. I got Melahai, which is one of my favorite discs in Minecraft, honestly. It's a very nice disc. Honestly, I'm just glad that I was able to obtain a disc so that my jukebox just doesn't go to waste, my one diamond that I wasted. Also, in my clearing, I also managed to find a little bit of dripstone, which I'm pretty sure you can farm, so I guess it's pretty useful that I managed to find it, because I know with 4 dripstone of the little spiky bits, you can make one of the blocks, and the blocks don't look half bad, to be honest. Anyways, day 81, I managed to get my tree farm just finished, sort of. As you guys can see, I made like little pathways, some blocks, so you could just run around. The walls do look really ugly. I really don't like the look of the walls. But I mean, the floor looks pretty nice. Got a pretty nice design to it with the cobblestone and the little pathways. And honestly, this room came up looking pretty nice. I like how it's like attached to the same spiral staircase as my chest room. But yeah, the ceiling and the walls do need a lot of work, considering how they look right now isn't the best. So I decided to put some work in to try making it look nicer. It's a lot bigger than the other chest room, but as you guys can see, I managed to get some trees growing, which I guess is proof of concept. The tree farm works now, which is pretty cool. As you guys see, I just began chopping down some of the trees and just gathering wood, which is pretty useful now, because I mean, it's only been 83 days that it took me to make a tree farm, which is like one of the first things you do in Skyblock. Anyways, by day 85, I was able to finish the whole room. It does look kind of like repetitive, like the same thing. I tried like mixing it up a little bit. As you guys see, I made like little dangly bits out of cobblestone from the ceiling, and the room came out alright. Like, it's not better than the chest room, don't get me wrong, but it does look pretty nice and it's functional. As you see, I can just plant trees, I can wait for the trees to grow, I can bone meal them. Like, it's pretty functional, it works well, so I guess that's right. Anyways, moving on to day 86, I went down to bedrock level. I killed a zombie off camera, and as you guys can see, he dropped a carrot, and this is the only way for me to obtain a carrot, so it's very useful that I managed to get a carrot. And as you guys see, I also began work on a dripstone farm. I've never really made one of these. I've never like done it before. I just put in the corner, put a little observer and a piston, just hope they will work, honestly, and just blocked it up. While I was like making farms such as this dripstone farm, I also decided to make this carrot farm. As you guys can see, the idea is you just get the bone meal. If I just separate into 3 separate pieces and then drop them in the dispensers, you could just stand in the middle, as you guys see, and just place and break and place and break and place and break, and you can just farm up carrots. And as long as you have bone meal, you should get as much carrots as you can. Also, I decided to go up to the surface and burn the leaves outside the border. I didn't actually know you could do this until I saw a video on this, and I also managed to die in the process, which we don't talk about. But when I respawned, as you guys can see, I found a pig, which really caught me off guard because it's the first passive mob that I've seen spawn completely, like all together. It really caught me off guard because I've been trying to get passive mobs to spawn. I think it might have to do with the Y level, but anyways, I boxed him up, I fed him a carrot, I named him Jeffrey. See, I finally have a friend on this world. Me and Jeffrey, we chillin', buddies. If I can just get a second one, then that's infinite food. But anyways, day 90, I decided I wanted to make a mob farm, just a general mob farm, because I mean, we're day 90, I don't have one already. So I just began working on a little capture area. The idea is I'm gonna have some layers, then the water will get dispensed, then they'll get dropped down. But anyways, on day 90, I also found just a chicken wandering about, which is just proof of concept. I was starting to get way more passive mob spawning. If I just go down here, you guys can see, I also managed to get sheep. Not just one, I got 3 of them, which means I can get wool, I can finally make a bed, I can get mutton. When you live in a very small border, just access to very basic items is just very cool to you. But anyways, day 91, you guys can see I had my 4 layers up, I had the trapdoors. I also placed torches all around the area so that it doesn't affect my spawn rates for the farm. But as you guys can see, the idea is that the water will flow in every now and then, the observers will activate the other dispensers. All I had to do was place walls in. As you guys see, I began walling up the whole area, and what I also had to do was place slabs every couple of blocks in the platforms so that spiders don't spawn in and ruin the rates, and just because spiders are very problematic, so that the waterfalls won't work properly with them interfering. But as you guys can see, after a while I began getting quite a lot of mobs spawning in. Like, my killing system clearly wasn't very effective. I just stood there and kind of just stabbed the creepers whenever there was like a blockage or a bunch of mobs coming in, because the campfire wasn't really doing a good job. But I was getting quite a lot of mob drops, as you guys can see. I was getting bones, which I could just easily turn straight back into carrots. I was getting arrows, gunpowder, string. I mean, these are all stuff that I can find useful for later projects. Anyways, day 95, I made a little cave area, as you guys see, which I planned to put my sheep in. I mean, who would have guessed it would have taken me 95 days before I made a sheep farm. I just did the basics of Minecraft, of just making and breeding up sheep. But as you guys can see, I did the carpet trick of just putting carpet on top of a fence so I could just leave easily. I do have to work on the roof. I mean, this build isn't really final because right now it's just covered in stone. But I mean, it's functional. As you guys can see, I got my 2 sheep down here. I breeded them up. And after 96 days of playing on this world, I got the achievement, the parrots and the bats. Anyways, for day 96, I decided it was finally time for me to craft a bed. This item right here could have saved literally half the time that this entire series took, because they would have made a day 10 minutes instead of 20 minutes. I took 96 days to make a bed. If I made this bed day 1, then I would have cut at least half the time. This went from a 16-hour project to a 33-hour project. Anyways, day 96, I wanted to tie up some loose ends. I went back up to my gold farm. As you can see, the staircase, the ladder takes a really long time to climb up, but I just time-lapsed it, me just speeding up it. And by the time I got up here, you guys can see I grabbed my 11 gold, and I just wanted to trade my 11 gold, honestly, just see what I'd get. I wanted to see what my 30-40 plus days that I just spent in the nether just failing to make a gold farm was worth. Just this 11 gold, I wanted to see what I did. So I finally got a piglin, I traded with him, and this is basically all I got. As you guys can see, I got some fire charge, I got who's cutting onions achievement, I got blackstone, got another fire charge. And I mean, it was pretty disappointing to see that I didn't even get any pearls. All this time I spent in the nether, just that was all that it's worth. This stupid farm that is ridiculously inefficient, and I can't even take it with me because I have no way of going back. Anyways, day 97, I made a realization that I actually need grass in order for these guys to grow, which is kind of annoying to get grass down here. So I just began placing dirt, and I began making a staircase from grass level. As you guys can see, I began making a grass staircase so that the dirt will turn into grass. Anyways, day 98, I made an iron pickaxe just to get the achievement, an iron pickaxe. And I just began chopping down trees, gathering wood. I mean, when towards the end of the series, I just began, you know, messing about, just doing whatever. pretty bored at this point. I wanted to spend some time actually using some of the stuff I spent ages designing and putting together, such as this tree farm, which I made towards the end so it didn't get much love. But anyways, day 99, I just decided to make a little bench in my little chest area. I got my disc out of my chest, my Metal High disc, I put it in the jukebox, and I just chilled out for a bit, you know, just sat down, reminiscing, thinking about what we've done, what we've achieved, how we failed to make a gold farm, just chilling out with Jeffrey the pig, you know, just looking at all the stuff I got, how I failed to get more pigs, my first ever pickaxe is chilling on the item frame, I got my little fungus, which I can't get more of, I don't think. I'm just chilling. I got my little pool over there. I mean, overall, it's been a pretty good series, honestly. I've enjoyed a lot of this. I've had a lot of fun putting stuff together. And I just decided to just watch the sunset on day 99. Just enjoy the final sunset of this world. Because, I mean, it's been a pretty long time coming together. And honestly, it's a pretty cool moment. It's been a really fun journey that took me over 6 months. I'm not joking, by the way, it did take me over 6 months to edit this video. But what I did find on day 99, which got me really happy, these pillagers. Because I've been waiting. This isn't fake. This looks really fake right now. But I just found pillagers randomly. I've been waiting for them to spawn in all this time so I can get the final achievement that I wanted to get, which was Who's the Pillager Now, which you get from killing a pillager with a crossbow. I also found the secret chest, which I put at the very beginning of the series, which I completely forgot about. There was nothing in it, but it's just pretty funny. But anyways, I decided to take my final sleep, which I kind of awkward now. I can't rest. There are monsters nearby. Let me just look for these monsters. There's zombies. I don't even know how these zombies are spawning, to be honest, because like I spent so much time lining up the whole area. But there we go. Sweet dreams on the 99th day. Final achievement unlocked. That I can unlock at least. If you guys just look through, these are all the achievements that I think I can unlock. If you guys know any other achievements that I've probably unlocked, just let me know in the comments. But these are all the achievements that I'm pretty sure I can unlock, and I've gotten all of them. There's a lot of ones that I can't unlock. Maybe Return to Sender, that one's doable. I think that's the only one that I need unlocking, but all these are unobtainable, and all the ones that I can obtain, I have obtained. So I mean, that's just this little side quest I've just been doing on the side. But anyways, yeah, I waited at the top of my base for the day counter to just update. I don't know what took it so long. I don't know when it updates. It was kind of anticlimactic waiting for the day counter to just update. I was just taking cinematic shots, waiting for the day counter to change to day 100. And finally, after it passed the halfway point, it did. So I managed to hit 100 days in one chunk. I really did hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a ridiculous amount of time to edit. And honestly, I wouldn't really be opposed to a part 2, if I'm being absolutely honest. Thank you so much if you stuck through with me to the end. You don't know how much it means to me considering how long I spent editing and putting this video together. It took me like a ridiculous amount of time because I mean I edit slow, I build slow, I do a lot of things slow. But one thing I do want to say, I'm on a separate creative road by the way, if I do make a part 2, these 4 items I want to give to myself. And the reason is because I want to be able to cure up zombie villagers. I need all these items if I'm going to be able to make weakness potions, which is needed to cure up zombie villagers. And I mean, villagers unlock the possibilities so much more. Because I mean, if I do 200 days without it, it's just going to be pretty boring 100 days. But anyways, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did spend a really long time editing. I've stressed it a lot. But I just really hope the time I spent paid off. Probably won't. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. Hope to see you guys in the next video, hopefully. Goodbye.